Gold and silver remain on an aggressive upward trajectory. Since the end of the gold standard in 1971, gold has gone through repeated periods of strong upside, almost always fueled by fear, uncertainty, and doubts, wars, crises, and other systemic stresses. So when confidence in risky assets fades, capital naturally flows toward perceived safe havens. Precious metals benefit directly from that shift. And that's exactly the environment we're in today. Geopolitical tensions, elevated US interest rates, stretched stock markets, and growing concern about potential correction. So gold and silver have become very popular and it's clearly showing on the price. And lately, many headlines claim that hey, gold prices are predicting an incoming crisis. Well, I actually see it the other way around. Prices don't predict events, they reflect psychology. And the current price action is a consequence of uncertainty, not a cause. So we don't know what will happen next, and markets don't know either. So instead of catastrophizing, the focus should be on what we can control, which is staying objective, following our plan, and capitalizing on opportunities when they arise. And that's exactly what this weekly analysis is about. Remember to subscribe for more insights like this, and let's dive in. Analysis of gold. And as you can see, we had a very strong week last week, big week, like it just pumped a lot. And yeah, it looks like gold basically is not willing to follow our predicted scenario, which was the scenario we'd prefer to see, right? And to see basically price consolidate and get, in a tighter consolidation across several months, and maybe Q1, Q2 next year we'd have a breakout. So that was my preferred scenario, and it looks like gold as well as silver. It's a similar scenario there, just rallying up and going in a straight line. And again, what I do is not prediction. I'm just looking at what's going on in the market, and I'm adapting my money management accordingly, my strategies, and maybe taking positions here and there. And this, in my opinion, is not at all a moment to take position, right? If you're already in a position, then great, good for you. And you need to have a plan to capitalize on that. And you need to leave it enough room so that price can develop further, as well as, have a way to trail behind, not too far, so that you can squeeze as much as you can. And that's what we talk about every week. So big week of upside for gold. Again, nothing goes in a straight line forever, so correction is to come. When, I don't know. How sharp, I don't know, but everything that goes in a straight line very fast, very strongly, has statistically, greater chances to have like steep corrections. So just be mindful of that. Next step is silver, and yet again a massive week for silver. It's even more pronounced than for gold, right? This is massive. This is actually the biggest week yet. So as we as we said last week, you need to have a plan to trail along, to squeeze as much as you can from these vertical trends. And this is like we are in a super climax run, condition, kind of climax run to super climax run for me, right? So yeah, get ready for a potential correction, and hopefully have a plan for that. Um, at that point, here, I mean, it's a weekly chart, but at that point, if you really have no plan at all, it might be sensible to just start trailing below each weekly candle, which is still very loose. But nothing goes to the moon forever, is what I say. And this is also from experience, right? Whenever you have these vertical, parabolic, wall-like kind of moves, there is always a correction to follow, right? It doesn't mean that the bull market, the upward trajectory is over, but that it might, and we don't know. So as always, we're not trying to predict, we are just reacting with what's going on, and we want to have a plan to follow along this kind of rapid vertical moves. So yeah, I mean, the chart speaks for itself, right? Precious metals are doing really well. Analysis of the SP 500 now, and look at that, we came back to all-time high last week, and yeah, our scenario is still at play. So yeah, we'll see if basically we're gonna resume sooner or not the bull market. but we are on the all-time high there, and yeah, it's healthy. Again, it's healthy to have pauses, to have lateral consolidation, um, for the trend to resume, right? Without that, if it's only one direction, you know, sooner rather than later, it's gonna exhaust, run out of steam, and it's gonna correct usually sharper. So I would love to see for the next few months and throughout Q1 a break back to the upside, but I would like to see a bit more of this tennis match there, getting tighter and tighter. This is what I like to trade. For those who follow me every week, now you might start to recognize that pattern. Analysis of the NASDAQ now, and yeah, it's a bit of a similar story. We are not yet back on the all-time high, but our scenario there is still at play, and yeah, that's exactly what I'd like to see. That's healthy, and I hope this continues for a few more weeks or month. Time will tell, but we are definitely ranging, consolidating on Nasdaq as well. Analysis of the CAC 40 now, and yet again, our scenario is still ongoing. Very low volatility this week as well. I mean, it's a holiday period, so there's nothing, like there's not as much activity as usual. You can see right end of the year, but beautiful contraction of volatility. Um, and yeah, as we said before, right? Again, over the next few weeks and months, Q1, maybe early Q2 next year, would love to see basically a breakout to the upside to confirm the extraction from this large base that we had on the CAC 40. Extraction of the large base there on that candle, and then upside, pull back, and now we are consolidating above the resistance, and to confirm basically the new bullish leg, I would need to see a close above that line, that level. Analysis on DAX now, and DAX is still in this beautiful lateral consolidation, very long, been going on for yeah, almost a year, in a couple months. So beautiful, you can see it could be like a double or triple bottom kind of cup, or just a tight base, and then that's what I want to see, right? You see another week with very, very low volatility there, very low volatility, and I'd like to see that for the next few weeks and months, right? So beautiful handle, very tight, and breaks that would give us an amazing potential run on the DAX and on the German stocks. So we'll see, but I would say so far so good. This scenario is developing ideally. Moving on to cryptocurrencies now with Bitcoin. And Bitcoin, another week of pause, very low volatility yet again. Not much action. We are really consolidating sideways there. And as we said, since we had this big correction and we broke basically below this upward channel we were in, I believe that the more likely scenario we're going to have is a longer consolidation that is going to potentially lead to a breakout and resumption of the bull market on cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin throughout the second half of next year. So right now we are just going sideways. We are really stuck around the, as you can see, 85 to 90,000 kind of level, in that zone. So let's see. Can we have that kind of like mismatch, amplitude, revisit the previous high, consolidate a bit further, reducing volatility, and towards the end have a beautiful wedge pattern and breakout. That is what I would love to see, and time will tell. Analysis of Ethereum, and yeah, it's a similar story as well for Ethereum. As you can see, we went to tap this level there one time. We are bouncing back down, revisiting this support area right there, and it's possible that in the next few weeks we're gonna stay under there, consolidate, break, and then yeah, a bit similar, a longer consolidation in my opinion, right, for Ethereum, and that would be healthy as well to prepare for next bullish leg and to break the all-time high around $5,000. So nothing much to add there on Ethereum. XRP, is still holding the line on our support right there. And as a reminder, XRP extracted itself from this massive triangle since like 2018, extracted itself end of last year, had a big run up to the all-time high around $3.2, and now has been consolidating in a beautiful wedge pattern. Okay, so this is still very much holding on. The bullish scenario is still at play. We are definitely ranging, consolidating, and as long as this line is holding, our scenario is still valid. So the next few weeks, couple months, I think will be key in order to determine, all right, are we still, in this really beautiful tightening of consolidation, and then a powerful move uh, that could unleash a very strong move, right? If you look at the this move there, it could unleash something really, really powerful. So yeah, around the 13, $15,000. So and it's not unheard of, right? We're around three, so it would be a time five, and that might be even conservative, but that might be a time five, versus where we are now. So let's say we're around the $3 mark. Time will tell. Time will tell us basically, but that's kind of my uh, scenario there is still at play. So hopefully we're gonna get something like that, and that will be an amazing setup to take position for an asymmetric bet, basically on XRP. Finishing up with the dollar index. So dollar index is still as well going sideways. So we had beautiful double bottom a few weeks ago. We thought that we had maybe a break at the level around there and a potential run up. Didn't happen. It's bouncing back down. So as you can see, this is maybe just taking more time. So can it be that our scenario, is going to occur like this? Possible. It's possible as well that we're going to revisit the low there, and it's just going to be a deeper consolidation, and maybe this is going to just take longer. So I don't know, uh, but these are the scenarios that I still have in mind, and that's about it. Time will tell. So yeah, a shorter video this week. If you have any questions, any recommendations, some maybe analysis you'd like to see, feel free to reach out. Let me know. Otherwise, subscribe, drop your mail on the website as well for the thing that I'm building, and see you soon.